Welcome to the Information Technology portion of New Hire Orientation. Today we'll be talking about multiple policies in regards to IT, service desk, and more. Our service desk is the one-stop shop for IT services. This would include your hardware, software, purchases, and application support. Other Sunrise services, if we can't help you, typically we know where or who you should call. Their service hours, they include phone coverage, which is from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Their calls are answered by IT staff from multiple locations. If you do call during off hours, emergency service is available via service desk phone system, and this service is reserved for work stoppages issues only. We do have a service desk ticket system. An email will be sent to IT service desk, which would result in a ticket being automatically created. You will then receive an email in return within 10 minutes any time of the day or night. This ticket will be queued to service desk personnel, who will also receive an email notifying them of your request. Additional information can be added to any ticket by simply replying to your receipt. This information will be also added to the ticket. To have someone else notified along with you as we update the ticket, simply CC them when originally emailing the service desk, and the system will keep them up to date on the status of your issue. In regards to software piracy, all software must be installed only by IT unless you are authorized to do so yourself by IT. All media and licenses will be managed by IT. Downloading software or internet applications for personal use on your Sunrise Medical computer is strictly prohibited. When receiving your computer, it should have standard software on it. This would include Microsoft Outlook, Internet Explorer, Acrobat Reader, Virus Protection, Bitdefender, Microsoft Office 2013, JDE, OneWorld, or Citrix. When storing your files, do not store them on your C drive. Your PC is not being backed up. Please store your files on the network. If you are a laptop user, only store files on your local C drive for working on when disconnected from the network. Remember to then move them to a network drive where they are safe. If you are looking for Sunrise Medical information, you can find this in the QMS, our quality management system, which is located on the internal website page. When accessing My Sunrise, you will log into sunrisemedical.com, click My Sunrise, and log in. This will bring you to where you can access the QMS, which holds many policies that we follow. Let's take a second to talk about IT security awareness. Given the ever-growing threat to our cybersecurity, Sunrise has continued to invest in ways to protect our assets and intellectual property. The backbone of our security program is built on proactive protection to keep the threats from penetrating our network. As part of our global cybersecurity program, we want to apply more focus on our associate education and awareness. Keeping Sunrise assets and associates safe from cyber threats is all of our responsibility. Remember to always stop, think before you connect. We do have a few important documents to get familiar with: information security practice, information sensitivity practice, IT equipment acceptable use, user password policy, antivirus policy, and information communication. These can all be found on the QMS as mentioned before. Let's talk about information security practice first. Any actual or suspected security incidences should be reported promptly to the IT service desk. Sunrise Medical Technical Services will identify security risk and their relative priorities, responding to them promptly and implementing safeguards. All information, including third-party information, will be protected by security controls and handling procedures appropriate to its confidentiality, sensitivity, and criticality. Next, we have information sensitivity. All of Sunrise Medical information is considered confidential, in that it is understood that some information is more sensitive than other and should be protected in a more secure manner. For example, personal associates information, phone numbers, travel schedules, process, policies, projects, and etc. Sunrise Medical public information is information that has been declared public knowledge and can freely be given to anyone without any possible damage to Sunrise Medical. This would include our advertisements, product brochures, external web page, and published price lists. Let's continue with information sensitivity. Associates are encouraged to use common sense judgment in securing Sunrise Medical confidential information to the proper extent. If an associate is uncertain of the sensitivity of a particular piece of information, he or she should contact their manager. We do have 3 levels of sensitivity. Let's start with minimal. This is your general corporate information, advertisement brochures, and non-proprietary technical information. Our more sensitive would be business, financial, technical, and most personnel information. And lastly is our most sensitive. These are your trade secrets and marketing, operational, sensitive, personal information of Sunrise Medical Associates and third parties, financial, source code, and technical information integral to the success of our company. If an associate finds that any type of confidential information has been compromised by being missing, stolen, or misused, they should immediately contact their manager, HR, and the Chief of Compliance Privacy Officer. Let's move on to IT equipment acceptable use. You have no right to privacy while using Sunrise Medical Information Technology equipment. Under no circumstances should IT equipment be used for activity that is illegal under local, state, federal, or international law. Sunrise IT equipment may not be removed from company premises without authorization from the associate supervisor. Laptops are the exception. Some unacceptable use would be copies of Sunrise Medical owned or licensed software or materials, procuring or transmitting obscene content, revealing your password, affecting security breaches, and USB flash drives. Let's talk about strong passwords. Change your passwords on schedule every 60 days. Your computer will prompt you when your 60 days are getting close. Choose a password or passphrase that is hard to crack. Don't ever share your password. Don't use personal information in your password, for example, your dog's name or your birthday. Do not use the Remember Password feature of applications or web browsers. And we also recommend you use a password management tool, if possible, to keep track of all of your passwords and usernames. Now let's talk about our antivirus policy. All Sunrise computers are installed with antivirus software. Do not disable or uninstall this software. Do not open links and email attachments from unrecognized senders or senders who appear to be misrepresented. Do not visit websites known to promote hacking and other intrusive acts. If you are ever victim of a virus or hacking, notify the help desk immediately. Computers without antivirus software will not be connected to the Sunrise network. Information communication is another important policy. Sunrise communication is provided for associates' benefits. All emails should be treated like any other form of documentation. If you don't want someone to be able to reference it later, don't send it at all. Associates should monitor their internet communications to ensure content is work appropriate. Please refrain from forwarding mass emails as this takes up server space. All external electronic transmissions must contain a signature including the following. Note, this message is confidential to Sunrise. If you are not the addressee, don't use or distribute this message, and please notify the sender by return email. Personal correspondences should not be on company letterhead or via company email. Certain positions within the company are entitled by the nature of their work to specific remote access systems. Some examples of these remote access systems would be our VPN technology. Another one would be remote email access or Outlook web access. You can find this at the website listed below. An individual cannot request access to any files, folders, or programs that have not been authorized by their supervisor or manager or the owner of the file. Supervisors cannot grant access to files they don't have access to. As mentioned previously, Microsoft Outlook is one of your standard softwares that your computer comes with. This would include your email and organization. Email security is very important. Email is extremely vulnerable to being compromised by viruses associated with attachments, links to websites, and spam. Never open attached files that you do not request or do not expect to receive. Do not open attachments if they look odd or from someone you've never received emails from. If needed, call the person and confirm that the email is legitimate. Never respond to a spam email. We all need to be aware of phishing emails. Phishing emails disguised as an official email from a fictional bank or other vendors. The sender is attempting to trick the recipient into revealing confidential information by confirming it at the phisher's website. Note the misspelling of the words received and discrepancy. Also note that although the URL of the bank's website appears to be legitimate, the hyperlink would actually be pointed at the phisher's webpage. Phishing is the attempt to acquire sensitive information such as usernames, passwords, and credit card details by masquerading as a trustworthy entity in an electronic communication. Phishing emails may contain links to websites that are infected with malware. Let's talk about email etiquette. Don't write the emails in all caps. This is considered as if you are shouting. Always complete the subject section within the email. Do not mark the email as high importance if they are not. Check the wording of the mail before sending. If you doubt you can explain what you are trying to write, perhaps a phone call is more appropriate. Please use the mandatory professional signature file on all your messages. Please contact the service desk for help if needed. Here are some Outlook best practices. Please reply to email promptly in a professional manner after running spell check. Empty your deleted items frequently. You are responsible for managing your inbox. Your total mailbox size is limited to 1 GB. There are no exceptions. Archive emails you want to keep to a .pst. Create these .pst files on a server your laptop is not being backed up. Refrain from sending large attachments and do not reply to or forward spam or chain email letters. When managing your email, all items under your email box count as part of your allotted space, from the word mailbox down to tasks. If you are getting mailbox full messages, check your folder size and clean up as needed. Please contact the service desk for assistance if needed. Use personal folders to store historical emails. These do not count towards your allotted space as they are not on the mail server. We do have Outlook Web Access available for those who need it. The Outlook Web Access OWA system is available as a standby if required. When using OWA, users must ensure that they take all steps to protect their username and password. Make sure any password compromise is reported promptly to the IT service desk, and make sure you are logging off when finished. The web address is https://outlook.sunmed.com. In regards to printing, please check with your department supervisor to determine which network printer to use. If you have special printing needs, your supervisor needs to contact the service desk. Local printers are expensive to maintain and to print from. Any request must be approved by your manager and paid for with a GL code. Saving and sharing files and documents. Personal files that only you have access to is called your home directory or your H drive. Departmental file location for sharing files with coworkers is located on the G drive. When communicating with team members who are in Longmont, Colorado, call the G drive the Fresno shared drive or Frenhome. Alternatively, when using the S drive locally, you would be referring to the local shared drive in Longmont versus shared on SMD WIFS 100. Don't use USB or thumb drives. USB drives are reusable memory storage devices no more than a few inches long that plug into a computer's USB port and are commonly referred to as flash drives or memory sticks. USB storage devices have gotten so popular, cybercriminals are starting to write viruses and worms that specifically target them. They are dangerous because if someone plugs an infected USB drive into their home computer, they could inadvertently upload the bug and potentially cripple the machine. If you ever need to contact IT, here is their info below. Their internal dial extension is 888-5060. Their toll-free number is 800-333-4000. You will choose option 3, and then 888-5060#. Their direct phone line is 303-218-5060, or you can email them at servicedesk@sunmed.com.